Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the freezer door gasket in a Kenmore refrigerator. It's going to be very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For this job, we're going to need a putty knife. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new freezer door gasket. The freezer door gasket provides an airtight seal, preventing the warm air from getting inside the compartment. A bad seal could cause a higher than normal temperature inside the compartment, build up ice on the interior, or may prevent the door from completely closing. If you are experiencing any of these problems, check the door gasket and replace it, if needed. To get to the part, we need to open the freezer door. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, before we're going to pull out the old gasket, I always recommend to bring a new one in and make sure that that's exactly what we need. So we're lucky, so we can proceed with replacement of the gasket. There are two ways of getting the old gasket out. You can either cut it in half and then pull it straight out, or because it's long enough, we don't have to cut it. We can just pull it straight out. Do not pull it this way because you may break the lining. So we're gonna start pulling the gasket out. This is the old freezer door gasket next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from AppliancePartsPros.com. Alright, so I'm going to start installation of the new gasket from the top corners. So if you turn it over, you will see this edge, the darker, which will go into the seam under the lining. Alright, so I'm going to bend this inner layer and using a putty knife, I'm going to pull it out slightly and we can insert that inner layer into the seam. And now I'm going to move to the top, do the same thing, push it in. You will feel when it goes in. Alright, again I'm going to use the putty knife, pry this lining a little bit out. Press the gasket in, and I'm going to use the putty knife again, and I'm going to press the top portion in. All right, now I'm going to go to the side. And I'm going to press the gasket into the seam. I'm going to go down the door here and continue installing the gasket. And now the fun part, we're going at the bottom. I'm going to insert the putty knife in the corner. I'm going to pry it off a little bit so we can squeeze in the gasket here. To the bottom portion. Pull down on the gasket, stretch it a little bit. And here we go. And we made one corner. All right, now I'm gonna get to this side. And I'm going to stretch the gasket again. All right, we made it. Next, we need to make sure that the door gasket fits perfectly. So we're going to close the freezer door and open the fresh food door. Now I'm going to check the seam if it's all the way touching the cabinet. In our case, it's perfect. What you can do, if it will be a little bit wavy, you can either use the heat gun on low and warm up these places so it will help the gasket to shape up because of the magnet inside. And also, after you finish, place a thin layer of petroleum jelly all around the gasket. It will help to close the inner side of the gasket properly, and also it will keep the gasket straight by the magnet inside. It will take few hours at least, so don't rush to open the door after you put the petroleum gel in it. And now we can close the door. Plug the fridge back in and make sure it's cooling. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other videos available on our site, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram.